The Cropper Foundation is the living legacy of John and Angela, an Englishman and a Trinidadian who found each other as students at the St. Augustine campus of the University of the West Indies. Theirs was not only a love story, but a story of love for the Caribbean, its people, its land, and the sea.
The establishment and the launch of the Cropper Foundation on August 24th, 2000, 2 years later, was the culmination of many inspiring weeks of meetings and concepts to celebrate the birth, growth, and potentials of a new dawn. Relatives, friends, and collaborators from across the world and from many fields joined together to recognize this new beginning and to see and hear the outline of this laudable, not-for-profit family foundation.
After Angela's distinguished career at the United Nations, the couple returned to Trinidad.
They came back to Trinidad and Tobago to see how best they can continue their work, especially in the Caribbean, to build a region that was equitable and sustainable in the years that followed.
Driven by their shared passion and vision of a Caribbean powered by sustainable development and equity, in 2000, the Cropper Foundation was launched as the vehicle for realizing this vision.
Over the last 20 years, we've been fortunate enough to have had some of the greatest minds in the Caribbean form and guide the foundation, its programs, its staff, and its overall impact on Trinidad and Tobago, yes, but also the wider Caribbean and the world around us.
In the decades since then, the baton first lifted by Angela and John has been passed to a new generation committed to Caribbean development through natural resource governance and management, community livelihoods and resilience, and arts for development.
You know, every time I get up to go to work, I'm always mindful to give thanks for the experience I was exposed to at the Cropper Foundation, because it is those experiences that helped shape my overall career goals.
The Playwrights Workshop has been a tremendous insight into how I create my work, not just as a playwright, but also like holistically as a creator. Being able to reach out and hear the perspectives of other people, whether they be veterans or newcomers to the space, and being able to incorporate that into my work has been a big part of what's helped me grow as a writer, as a performer, and as a director.
The Millennium Ecosystem Assessment, or the Emmy as it is known, was most certainly a landmark activity for the Cropper Foundation. Started in 2001, it helped to anchor and give momentum to the Foundation's core program focused on policy and practice for sustainable development.
From the community to the national and regional levels, the Cropper Foundation is making a difference to the quest for development that is sustainable.
We've been lucky enough to have consistently worked at the interface of environmental sustainability science and policy, making real changes here in Trinidad and Tobago, yes, but also in the wider Caribbean and around the world. In the next 20 years, we hope to remain on this cutting edge of the science policy interface to continue advancing this idea that development is not a bad thing, but that development should be responsible and always have sustainability at its core. This we learned from our founders and all of the great men and women who have blazed this trail before us, and whose minds and hearts have informed how we think, how we make our programs, and how we deliver value to our stakeholders and our beneficiaries. We've been lucky enough to have a foundation with heart, with a philosophy of development, and with a history that we can be proud of. And it's a history that guides who we are today and the type of foundation and the type of work that we hope to do in the future.